Mike Perlack here to entertain you with the help of Janis Joplin. Oh Lord, won't you buy me a Mercedes Benz? My friends all drive Porsches. I must make amends. Work hard all my lifetime, no help from my friends. Oh Lord, won't you buy me a Mercedes Benz? Okay, questions. If your friends are driving Porsches, obviously, first of all, you got friends in high places. And number two, why are you looking to make amends with your friends who are driving Porsches? And how is the Lord giving you a Mercedes going to make amends with your friends? I mean, after all, you just said you work hard and they don't help you. Anyways, I was listening to Janis Joplin today, amongst other stuff. Fog Hat. I have 7,777 CDs, so. I wanted to make a video elaborating more on some of the video shorts I just put out there today. And maybe the other day too. But, yeah, I was listening to George Carlin. What am I doing in Jersey? And he's going on about the crime administration, the criminal administration that is the Reagan administration. And I'm thinking, yeah, but the funny thing is, everything he's saying, 1988, George Carlin, what am I doing in Jersey? Everything he's saying in regards to the extreme right in 1988 applies to the extreme left today. So I guess it really is humanity's destiny to basically be on opposite ends of the extreme forever. You can't. There's no middle ground. You got to be extreme one way or the extreme other way. This is why politics sucks. Yeah, because in the skit or in the bit that he wrote for this, he goes on about how I'd like to repeat this because it's vaguely important. You know how George Carlin does it, and he states the fact that he got these appointed people, representatives who are appointed, not elected, who are making decisions, that affect the lives of all citizens. That's what we got going on now. Weaponized legalism. They're trying to dictate to you and me who we can vote for. And if they don't approve of a candidate, well, we're up Shiat Creek without a paddle, I guess. But as I always laugh. Anything from George Carlin is funny. But yeah, that bumper sticker joke, that really stood out this time around. Every time I listen to it, another joke sticks out. But yeah, about the bumper sticker, having a bumper sticker on your car that says, "I found him! I got Jesus in the trunk!" Talk about something that's both wrong and hilarious. But I can't speak for you, of course. But the God the God that I believe in, I have faith that God has a sense of humor. Thing about that is one of the reasons why I have faith in that is having a sense of humor is one of the examples of being accepting and inclusive. An accepting and inclusive trait that a lot of humans lack, especially now. But it's always like that. God always has in abundance what humanity is lacking. And what's one thing humanity is totally lacking right now in today's world? A sense of humor. Human beings do not have a sense of humor anymore. Comedy is dead. Thanks to the left. Everything. I think it was the JT that said, Donald John Trump, I think it was him who said, everything the left touches turns to Shiat. It's true. They also made another video short. It's not getting as much traction as the George Carlin one, but I kind of expected that. I just posted the George Carlin one, and it's already on its way to over 100 views. Anyways, I also made a video short where I was emphasizing the point that I am a former Democratic Party supporter. Donald John Trump becoming president in 2016, at the aftermath of that, is what kind of started slowly opening my eyes to things I was ignorant to for most of my life. I didn't know who he was, really, up to that point. He was just some guy who owned buildings and was on some silly reality show and yelled, "You're fired," a lot. Beyond that, I didn't know who he was. Part of my being a former Democratic Party supporter is family members and their short-sighted views of why they support Democratic Party policies. One mentioned that they believe that they will never benefit from any of the policies that are in place under a Republican White House versus a Democratic White House. To which now I say, so you're accepting defeat? You're accepting your reality that you're never going to have anything more than you have now? That's sad. That's really sad. But the fact that I was ignorant to a lot of things about the world is probably my own fault. For most of my youth, I got 99% of my information from, as I said in the video short, NBC. I rest my case again. Most of the shows I watched was on MCC anyways. Friends, Saturday Night Live, Seinfeld. But, little did I know I was being intellectually molested in many ways. And the fact that so many have come to hate Donald Trump since his announcing he was running for president is just sadly testament to the threshold that the powers that be have over the hearts and minds of a lot of people. According to the 2020 election, 81 million. That's a lot of people. But I hold on to hope. Things are changing. More and more people are starting to see what's really going on in this world. As for me, at least I know now. Hopefully not too late. If history, if every part of history repeats itself, perhaps a second civil war really is on the horizon for our world. That would be sad. But, que sera, sera. All right. I don't want this to be too much longer, but I did want to address a few things in regards to some things I have been talking about on this channel. I know I wanted to address this because I know there are past videos out there I've made where I've kind of hinted or suggested that I might take responsibility for my dad's dog if something were to happen to him. Well, that was before I was working 2 jobs and I had a mortgage and a car payment and all that. I can't work 2 jobs and take care of a collie. That's just not a realistic possibility. And I'm not willing to quit one of my jobs and become a ward of the state, like many of my family members are. Oh, yeah, the Democratic Party would love that. If I just hang it, throw in the towel, and become just another depender on government. That's what they want. Everybody. Dependent. Anyways, as I stated, just odds are, a purebred collie, not even 3 years old, odds are she'll get adopted pretty quick. The only other thing I wanted to address before the video gets too long is now that I won't be wasting my Saturdays with my father, I want to get back on track on some of my favorite movies, watching and then making video reflections on. A couple I have in mind just for kind of a stuff to look to have some idea where I might be going in future videos that I post. I'd like to do a video reflection of two films that I really, really, really like and I feel have a lot of depth and dimension, and I got a lot to say about them. And that is Lawnmower Man and Harrison Bergeron. Two films, very, very, very complicated, and I got a lot to say about them. I'll just briefly give you an idea of what each film is entails. Lawnmower Man basically tells the story of a simpleton who becomes a evil genius, for lack of a better term. But and Harrison Bergeron, I'm not going to go into real detail on either one, but I just want to give you a general idea of what each film is like. Harrison Bergeron, if you could picture the movie Idiocracy, but not a comedy. Harrison Bergeron, starring Sean Astin, Samwise Gamgee, Lord of the Rings. Two films that I'm going to be going through and discussing in-depthly in future videos. All right, that's enough. It's over 11 minutes. Mike Barrelak, thank you for your time.